You know what time it is when you see this world? Yes, it is devlog time. Over this last week, I've been trying my best to get this update at least mostly done. My idea was to get the update out yesterday. Unfortunately, there was a massive bug that I had to fix, and it's, I want to say 90% of the way fixed. I just can't seem to finish that last 10%. But that's not going to stop this devlog time. So what have I been working on this last week other than, well, trying to fix that bug? I think I'm going to start off with the Ichigo, or the original series. Now I have gone through and updated all the riders. You know what? Let's load up a different world. This is my test map, where I've got one of every, I want to say one of every form, but it's more one of every texture, so I can at least check if textures and models are working correctly. Yeah, since last time I actually added O's and 4s, I might need to do something about these having the smoke effect. You can't really see what's going on there. But the reason I loaded this world is Ichigo. Yes, as you can see, they have all been updated now. Some I've updated a bit less than some of the others. For example, Kamen Rider Gaia, I've just updated the helmet. The rest of the suit is completely the same as what it was. No Rider up here has just gained the antenna. The rest of the suit is the same as it used to be because, well, it doesn't need to be amazing. It's no Rider. It's meant to be a bootleg Rider, so it works. And I think for these two, I just swapped in the eyes and the antenna as well. But yes, all of the original series is done and amazing, and I'm sorry, I've got to show this off. I can't remember if this was done for last time, but if not, I love the way this turned out. It looks amazing. Any excuse to show this off, I've got to show it off. Yay. But along with the original series, I have also updated Shin Kamen Rider. It's updated to have the new helmet style, as well as I gave this one unique antenna. Yay. The rest of the suit is the same as it used to be because, to be honest, I updated the suit a bit when I made these, so I think they're fine. I might come in and do a bit more shading, but I think them not using the shading I gave to the original series just makes them look a bit more unique. And of course, with doing all the Ichigo, that means I had to do the Go Riders as well. I think Pink turned out a lot better than the other three. Yes, you have 1, 2, 2.5, 3. Okay, yeah, it's 3. Yeah, it's totally not 4. Okay. And now that I am back in this world, we can start going through some of the other things I've been working on, because I have been working on a few. First things first, seeing as I'm trying to keep up to date with Zets, we have Nox and Eyes. I love the way this turned out. And yes, it glows. And thanks to Andrew, we've got the... I don't quite know how to pronounce that, so I'm just going to say it's the Buster Sword. And it has a gun mode. Yay! One of the things I absolutely love doing is adding a form pretty much exactly when it is revealed. So, when they've revealed a new Wham form, I had to add it. This is it Puri Jetty Noir? I know I've pronounced that incorrectly. I don't care. And yes, I know, I pronounce Wham wrong. It's just fun to say. Go on, say it. Say Wham. Wham. As you were probably aware, I've been working on this challenge over the last couple of weeks, and thanks to this wonderful comment, I came up with the perfect idea for the last item. This is the Akari cannon. What does it do other than make sparkles? Well, it makes the Gamma Commandos glow. I know this sounds boring, but this thing has quite a lot of range. So if you're looking for Gamma Commandos to either spawn in the Necrom or the Igor boss, I actually think this is going to be incredibly useful. Now, this item is currently unobtainable, but I believe I'm going to want to connect it up with a structure that isn't in the game yet. I don't know. Let me know. Do you think this is good? Now with the addition of that, the challenge is complete. I have added something new for every single series. Let me know, which is your favourite? And more importantly, which series do you think I cheaped out on the most? Yeah, some of them were pretty lazy, but I'm really happy with the overall range and variety of items I added in the end. And now with this series done, the question is, what is my next challenge series going to be? Seeing as it's December, I kind of already have some plans, but let me know. Do you want the next challenge to be more random, or do you want the next challenge to be more challenging? So leave it in the comment section below. Do you want it to be more challenging? Do you want it to be more random? One of the things I absolutely love about working with a team is when I want to work on a challenge or fixing a bug, the rest of my team can come in and work on stuff to pick up some of the stuff I can't work on. And one of those things is Kiva. Thanks to Axos, some work has been done on Kiva now. I don't think Kiva's complete yet, but it's well on the way. So first off, we have Castle Doran. Now there are two new blocks here. First one is the Doran scales, and the second one is the Castle Doran logo, which is just the Kiva logo. We decided to add this as a separate block, just so we didn't have to add a carved Kiva logo version of every stone whenever we wanted to do a Kiva logo on something. Let me know what you think. Do you like that idea? And you might have already guessed, inside here is where you're going to be now obtaining some of the whistles, as well as the statues, which will be how you get the forms. Now, I do think we still need to work out some things to do with it, but it's definitely a massive step of the way, and I think this looks amazing. Let me know in the let me know in the comment section below. I think Axos did a great job here. Quite amazing, really. How some of the dumbest blocks, we keep on ending up using them. And who said you couldn't use birch for anything? And one of the other things that Axos has been working on for Kiva is this. This is the full whistle replicator. You don't know how many times it took me to actually say that. And this is the first of our new machine blocks. Now, I've been saying I've been wanting to do this for a while, and Axos kind of beat me to it. So what do I mean by machine blocks? Well, machine blocks are things like the game programmer, the solidifier, the purifier, the Gaia memory refiner. There's so many of these where you would just right click on it and it will just drop items. This is something I've wanted to change for absolutely ages, and this is kind of like the first step along that way. So what does this do? Well, first things first, if you put some fossils here and an iron ingot, probably should have grabbed more. And it's iron nuggets, not ingots. And this is how you get the fake for whistles. And now with the fake for whistles, you can combine them with either Guru, Basha, and Dogga to get some of the fake for whistles. Now the idea is we're going to work on this a lot more. This is essentially just the first steps on something that I think could be game changing for this mod. So let me know, do you think Axos has done a good job here? And what possibilities do you think this block now opens up? And whilst we're talking about things other members of the team has added, I've got to talk about this. I have been wanting this in the game for absolutely ages, and thanks to Chair, we now have a game rule called YouTuber Friendly, which gives you happy mode. Now, if you don't know what happy mode is, there'll be a link to a video in the top corner right now. Essentially, YouTube was being a bit unfriendly, so I kind of made a joke out of it and made happy mode, where if you find someone like, I don't know, this sheep here, and then you play with the sheep, it sends off confetti, yeah, and then the sheep decides to, I don't know, go to sleep and give you the items. Yeah, this is a game rule now. We have far too much power. Now, there are other things I could show off, but I think I'm going to end this video here. So if you've enjoyed this for even a split second, please do consider hitting the like button and subscribing if you're not already. Any and all support is so greatly appreciated. And as I said earlier, let me know, do you want my next challenge to be a bit more random, or do you want it to be a bit more challenging? I have two ideas, and I'm kind of curious which one you're going to pick. So until next time, goodbye. I really want to go to sleep.